Thank you for, again, participating. This is our third cycle in the clinical supervision cycle, and we're going to go ahead and basically look at what we did in the classroom. We're going to actually look at the data that was collected in your classroom.
Okay.
And we're going to actually just kind of reflect, like we said, interpret the data that was collected. So the first thing I just want to ask you, in looking at the video, after looking at the video, what does that video actually reveal to you in the lesson?
I would say the video, it made me realize how much the student they understand. They don't go home,
Okay.
they don't study. And
Yes.
I also look at the video, when I was looking at the video, I see more playing around. I had seen like one person taking ownership of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much people collaborating.
Okay, okay. So it kind of gave you like a wide view. Yeah, that basically what that it does that for a lot of people when they go back and look at videos. You know, it's not something that's something that just is rare to you, but a lot of people when they go back and watch themselves and watch the class, like you said, it's kind of like you see that some things that could have been done a little differently. That's good. I'm glad you brought that out. That's good. As far as what aspects of the particular data, I think you kind of brought that out a little bit. What aspects that you want to kind of look at and emphasize? And I think you said something about they really need a little bit more, maybe instructional, not instruction, but maybe taking time to read over their instructions a little bit more. Okay.
And it's one thing that I noticed, I've been noticing about it. They don't want to read the direction. You just want
Right.
to go completely into the problem and then
Just dive into it.
and
Yeah.
nobody understands. Then they see that they get the answer wrong. I'm like, go back and read the
Exactly.
directions. And
Right.
I stress that so much with them, and that's one thing that they lack. I have to constantly say, read your direction.
Yeah.
Read your directions.
Okay. Okay. Well, so what would you change if you could start this lesson and do the exact same lesson again? What would you change?
One thing I would change is I wouldn't have did a group setting.
You would not have done a group setting.
I wouldn't
Okay.
have started out with a group setting.
Okay.
Because I sense that the ones that actually go home and really do study, don't understand the concept, they lead. And they didn't give, and the ones that some, you can tell, the one that didn't really study, don't try to do homework or anything, they just copy them.
Right. I want to share with you the seating chart that I kind of drew out. And you notice, I mean, here's your desk right here, the door, and you notice the back row here with the 3 girls in the back row.
Exactly.
This one right here, we noticed that she's, I can tell she's kind of the leader of that group.
Exactly.
And Rutledge, this one right here, she answered a lot of questions as well as this student right here.
Yes.
Is that kind of like the way it is normal in that class?
Yes. See,
Okay.
one student that I didn't see picked up, which I know she does understand it, and that was Etheridge.
This one right here? Okay.
Yes, very smart and bright young lady. Because when she does it,
Mm-hmm.
she can put on paper all day, but she don't like to.
She doesn't like to really talk out, but she really knows her stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's one thing I want to bring out in her, to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and
That's good.
don't fall behind.
That's a good point right there. We just need to somehow see how we can work with the ones who they know, but they just pulling it out of them.
Exactly.
That's something that a lot of teachers have trouble with.
And I seen her test scores, like when you go and take the performance series or achievement series, she's scoring on the chart. She's doing really good.
Really good.
And I just want her to bring it forward.
Just bring it, yeah.
Because I think she could be she could actually be a group leader.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
very strong.
Okay. You think that there might be some situations where we could, I don't know, could put her in a situation where it wouldn't make her feel comfortable, but where she would get out of her comfort zone a little bit, maybe do some activities that would have her to maybe talk or do something like that. Because we need to, like you say, pull that out of her, and maybe that would motivate some of the other ones in there to do a little bit more. But I really applaud you because, I mean, I learned some things about diameter and circumference that I have long forgotten.
Yes, sir.
And the way you got up and started the lesson, you kind of did a review, which was real good. Basically, I mean, it was a great lesson. And now this young man right here in the seating chart, I noticed that he was not very engaged as well as this particular young lady right here. They were not very engaged. And when the actual group activity started, this young man seemed like he was kind of lost.
Exactly. He's one of my students that does have an IEP.
He has an IEP, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
That was one of the three you referred to?
yes, that was one of them.
Okay, but the other two were not
Not
there?
in this class. Not
Okay.
in this class.
Okay.
He does have an IEP. He does struggle.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of that he struggles because he go home with nothing.
Doesn't take any books, doesn't do any homework?
You probably see him at his best, one of his best days.
Oh, goodness, okay.
Because he's one of my ones that I can help him out so much,
Mhm.
but trying to get him to try to actually do it,
Mhm.
he fights. He fights along the way. He don't
Yeah.
want to do it.
Have you, with this particular student, you know, it's hard, I mean, this is just a hard thing for
Exactly.
every teacher. Have you tried to pull him out and just talk with him one-on-one to see what's going on behind the scenes?
Exactly.
Have you done that?
Yes, I actually had a one-on-one with him. I had a one-on-one with him.
We're going to start back. These interruptions, they happen, you know, you have teachers coming in and out, so let's continue. As we were saying now, this particular student, you had a one-on-one. You don't have to go into details because we don't want to, we don't want anything to get on tape about the specifics of it, but so you have tried to just find out if there was any personal type things hindering him, and you just say yes or no. Was there some personal issues going on?
Well, not really.
It's just something that's a adolescent thing, but
It's the thing that he's not happy with school anymore. He don't want to do.
He's not happy with school.
That's basically it.
Yeah. He's in his correct grade?
No.
Okay. He should be in the 8th or 9th.
No, he should be in the 10th.
He should be in the 10th grade?
Yes.
And this was a 7th grade class.
Should be in the 9th grade. I'm sorry.
He should be in the 9th, and this was a 7th grade
7th
class.
grade.
Okay.
So I think he feel out of place.
Does this particular student have a lot of discipline problems in the class, distractions?
Yes.
You have a lot of distractions,
He
yeah.
have got wrote up multiple times.
Mhm.
That's why one of the parent-teacher conference and meeting with Miss Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
She's she's a special education
Right,
coordinator around
right.
here. So
That's a difficult one, yeah. That's something that, we're going to have to, I don't know, we gotta figure out something else because that could be a distraction. It is a distraction.
It is, because
Yeah.
if you would have noticed that this one and this one kind of get
They feed off of each other.
exactly
Right, right.
and to separate them, it just get worse.
So when
you separate, they're gonna be across the room, screaming.
they'll scream across the room.
Exactly.
So, and even when and I know you did this, and I know a lot of times it still doesn't help, but when you started the year out, your classroom rules, you talked about all that, and we don't call out and scream out across the room, and you went over all that.
Yes, they actually had to sign basically a contract. Knowing my behavior policy. They understand. They basically between the parents and them, they know how the behavior.
So you brought out the repercussions for those type of things and the penalties. So you followed through with that,
Yes.
and it still has not because I've seen him, this particular young man, at alternative school, and I guess it doesn't faze him.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, we'll continue to talk and see if we can both and find some other strategies.
We have him call out his the ones that be over them when they get in trouble so much. I'm not sure if you call them. I don't think her name, but we have called her down.
That
here.
officer, yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again, I just kind of noticed that in the seating chart that he was not engaged, and then when he went to the board, he really didn't know what to do.
Exactly.
And I understand now why that is. It's not anything, has nothing to do with you, the teaching skills or anything like that. It's because other factors.
Exactly.
Right. This young lady right here, I noticed that she didn't do a whole lot of group participation, but when she went to the board, I think she kind of, you tell me what you thought about her when she went to the board.
Honestly, I thought that she could have done a lot better. Because she pulled away from group activity. She knows and understands what to do. But she have got to the fact that she don't got interested in boys, and it done took her mind completely off what she have done. I have contacted mom.
Yeah.
She'll straighten up for a couple of days and then back to where she is. She just don't homework, don't get done, classwork, barely get turned in. So we have.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, she's a very, very bright. I mean, she knows she can do the stuff. She just don't want to. She don't get to go to school.
Wow.
I mean, it don't got to a point where I see things and I told her, I know you can do this. I even tried to tell her, okay, if you can do this for the entire week and I get all your work, look for a reward. Even did, try different things.
I'm thinking some type of motivation, and it's hard with these students. I know it's hard for motivation and some type of something that we maybe can partner with somebody in the community. I know that perfect attendance and probably don't have a problem with attendance, do you?
No, she does not have it.
What about this other young man? Does he have a problem with attendance?
He doesn't really have a problem with attendance unless he get bus letter.
Yeah.
But he do.
But we're coming up with some type of incentive as a school. It's just I'm seeing not just in your class, but it just needs to be some motivation for students to do better at this school. And something maybe even as far as having some free time with ice cream, for all A's. Having some free time out here, I'm going to give everybody some ice cream or something. And
they did a motivation thing one day, and that was if everybody could pass this test, we was going to have a fun day where we'll just watch a movie that class period and enjoy ourselves.
Right.
And I'll go see a computer lab. That worked.
That worked?
That worked. That was with my 9th graders. But my 7th graders, those two and plus him were just, they'll destroy that project.
They'll destroy that project. Well, if you went through with it, with this class, and the rest of them did well, and then you just take them on down there, and then the other ones they have to go to maybe isolated area where they can't participate. Maybe next time they will probably say, okay, we don't want to get left out, and I'm gonna do better, so that I can participate with the other ones that get a reward, get some ice cream. Who wants to turn down ice cream? And free time.
Exactly.
So just maybe experiment. I'm not saying that it'll will or will not work. Just experiment and say, well, I'm gonna do that ice cream. Run it through the principal and see if you can get that done. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna try it with these students that do well, and other ones. We need to come up with a plan to do something else with them while they have this free time and ice cream, and let's just see how it affects them the next time.
Yeah, probably will help.
Yeah,
probably have
the other students are going to talk it up. They're gonna say, "Oh, we had a great man. You missed
yes.
it. You missed out."
They gonna
You
have
know,
a blast with it.
right? And the
That's
other students will help
good.
you. They'll help you.
Exactly.
So just some ideas. You know, again, great lesson. I learned some stuff. You know, I just like the way you interact with the students. You know, they seem like they like you. So just keep up the good work. And again, I thank you. And we've already talked about other alternatives. We talked about, things that we maybe could do. There's one thing online that I saw. It's called the Association of Supervision and Curriculum Development. The acronym is ASCD. They have videos out there, but I noticed that they cost money. Motivational techniques to teach students different strategies and techniques. Possibility just go out there and maybe look at some of that, because all of us need different types of examples.
Yes.
None of us have gotten to the point where we can't learn. So maybe you want to maybe Google that and check that out at some point to see if there's any strategies that could actually give you some ideas. But I'm thinking what we just talked about, the ice cream.
I think that'd be
Hey, let's try that first.
Yes, that's gonna be one.
Give
of the
Mr.
ones.
Peterson about it first and
Yes.
talk to him about it, and we'll see.
I'm pretty sure he'll go.
And get the
with it.
students to help get the other ones in line, because nobody likes to be left out.
You know,
Yeah.
the ice cream party, that's a good thing.
Mhm. And when you do it, let me know so I can come get me a little ice cream.
Okay, I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you again for your time.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
All right.